Hello, folks. The Engine History crew is on shift. Any seasoned mechanic watching that torch flame slam into this engine block knows the shop is about to force a brutally face-scorching start procedure. No electric starter, spark plugs and ignition systems stripped clean. To light off this cold-forged cast iron steel block, the mechanic uses a gasoline blowtorch to heat the hot bulb chamber cast into the top of the cylinder head until it glows red. The temperature has to be held at hundreds of degrees Celsius to cook the combustion space. Today, the crew drags a German original Lanz Bulldog tractor onto the test stand for a full teardown. Get ready for the choking stench of half-burnt dirty diesel and a deep look at the compression and fire numbers of one of the most stubborn workhorse configurations in metallurgical history. Engine builders love the Lanz Bulldog blueprint because its mechanical layout is stripped to the extreme. One oversized horizontal cylinder. The whole complicated distributor system was thrown in the trash. This combustion layout uses a lower compression ratio with heat ignition off the chamber walls. That combination lets the block chew through almost any burnable liquid, from kerosene to waste vegetable fat to thick crude oil full of sludge. The high-pressure pump shoves it into the chamber. The fuel hits the red-hot liner wall, vaporizes, auto-ignites, and kicks the piston back hard. That kick sends pulling torque twisting down the drivetrain. If you like the smell of rusty iron and want to watch teardown load test numbers, hit subscribe to the Engine History. Turn on the notification bell to stay on top of welding jobs, hammer work, and old engine block autopsies. Your subscriptions and support are the fuel pressure that keeps the crew motivated to hunt down and crane these cast iron relics back into the shop and onto the test bench. The heat soak step is sweaty and it burns your face. The mechanic has to clamp in and keep the torch blasting flame straight onto the exposed hot bulb dome on the cylinder head. Old sticky oil film baked onto the crankcase wall takes heat and starts boiling off in a brutal, burnt stench that fills the shop air. They hold the heat for about 15 minutes until the cast iron absorbs enough heat to turn a deep cherry red. At that point, the chamber wall temperature has crossed the ignition threshold. It will vaporize and burn injected fuel without needing a single high-voltage spark. Now comes the crankshaft momentum step. The mechanic has to pull the steering wheel off and lock it into the engagement slot on the side of the solid cast flywheel. This part demands pure muscle to crush the machine's inertia. Hands smeared in thick black grease, the mechanic throws the heavy flywheel hard to drive the piston back toward top dead center. The flywheel's mass creates savage rotational inertia. The moment the injector spits fuel onto the red-hot hot bulb wall, compression pressure erupts. A sharp, ear-splitting bang snaps out. Thick black soot smoke gets blasted up through the exhaust stack under pressure. The engine bites into rhythm and throws furnace heat like a blacksmith's forge. Put your ear to the slow exhaust beat of this Land Rover Defender, and any mechanic will read the torque level instantly. The block hits with hard, squared-off pulses. The RPM stays slow, but it jerks and tears at the entire load-bearing steel frame. The mechanical oil pump gets driven by revolutions per minute and starts ramming pressure, pushing oil out through the bearing supports. Oil smears onto paint, flakes it off, and exposes real friction wear after thousands of work cycles. Stand close to the cylinder, and the compression pressure waves punch your eardrums. The smell of diesel running oxygen lean hits your nose at the same time. This configuration ignores electronics completely. Its paid-for toughness sits in the ultra-thick cast iron. The locked-in early injection timing and the load-holding connecting rod system that crushes any glossy mechanical theory. This load force test of the Lands Bulldog on the stand locks in one thing. Old hot-bulbed casting technology delivers brutally high fatigue endurance. Thanks for staying close on this burnt oil teardown with the engine history. With a hardcore shop mechanic's eyes, what do you rate as more intense? The torch heat priming ritual, or the flywheel inertia throw that forces the first compression strokes? Drop your numbers in the comments so the crew can argue it out. Hit like if you want more heavy cast iron teardown and welding bay work like this. Goodbye, folks. See you again on the next Load Test RPM Crush session.